I actually forgot how it feels to have my heart tickle from joy. I forgot how it feels to laugh until my stomach hurts. I miss that. I'm 40 years old. I went to college to study history, which is my passion. But I was barely able to continue my education before a local man came and swept me off my feet. That's when my life changed. I lost all confidence. The only reason I agreed to this marriage was because I was afraid of ending up alone. People would start talking about me if I didn't get married. I was forced into this. It made me feel worthless. In the beginning, he told me it would be okay with me to continue my degree. But he lied. He promised me that I could stay with my family. But after I signed the marriage agreement, so many things have changed. He started to have another personality, another face. A year later, he forced me to travel to another country where his family lived. He manipulated me. He manipulated me and told me I should come with him because his father offered him a job with a good salary. But this job offer, it blinded him and it made him selfish. All he cared about was his job. He never cared about me. He booked a ticket by force. Everything was planned and prepared behind my back. He always neglects my feelings. He never took my opinion into consideration. He thinks I'm no more than an object. I felt completely worthless. I feel like I'm no longer human in his eyes. I may seem happy, but looks can be deceiving. Sure enough, I was pregnant when we moved to another country. And I couldn't get a divorce because that's not okay in our culture. If a woman gets divorced, she becomes a disgrace to her family. They also think that a woman cannot live without a man. They believe that a woman should always be dependent on her husband. Of course, I did think of having a divorce, but my family never supported me. I felt so alone. I wanted so many things. I wanted to be a designer, to open my own business. But again, he didn't allow me to do this. I even asked him for help, to help me find a job. But he was so selfish. He created a version of me that I did not like. He told me he would give me enough money to take care of myself and treat myself. But there was only ever enough for the household. I could never ask for more money. He would immediately enrage and get angry at me. Every single part of his rage was taken out on me. I'm not allowed to see my family. I can only see them once a year during the summer. I usually show everyone that I'm happy, but deep down, I'm destroyed. I feel like I have lost all hope, and I'm lost in a spiral of never-ending despair. I'm not pleased with him. I wish there was a path I took that ended my life. My kids have no rights. They have no freedom. They have nothing. I sent my daughter away to study abroad. I had to lie to him about what it was like. If I didn't, she would end up like me. There was never a day where I did not think of divorcing. Now I feel so lost. But I have to accept this life and try to change him, even though I know he won't change. But since I was raised by my mother, I have to stay with my husband and never leave, since they keep telling me it's my duty. If I could go back in time, I would have not chosen him. I would have chosen another path, a path to live my own life. I was played by him. He managed to control every aspect of my life. I wish I chose another path. I wish I was smarter.
For more than 20 years, I woke up hoping to never wake up again. I was 26 when I married him. Thankfully, I completed my law degree by 24, and my parents were very cool about me going out with my friends, and I got the absolute full college experience. But that was until I got married, and that's when so many things changed in my life. My mother forced me into this marriage because, according to society, a woman can't live without her husband because it was not acceptable. But I was lucky because he was gentle, he was sweet, and he was very caring. But that's what I thought. But then he started hitting me, and he'd apologize for it. But then he did it again and apologized for it again. But then I became broken. And I began to feel disposable. And only 1 month into our marriage, he became a monster. I decided to leave him. I went to my sister and I told her, enough is enough. I need a divorce. But then I remembered that it was that time of the month. I was late. And that's when I knew. And I feared. But I knew I was pregnant. I was carrying a baby in my broken soul. But when people knew I was pregnant, there was no way I was leaving him now. People looked past my black eye, past my bruises, and told me the kid needs his father. That it was selfish of me to leave him and that I should be patient. But my newborn, he saved our relationship. I was so in love with the kid, I didn't mind staying with an abusive father. Because days became months and months became years. And 20 years later, I gave birth to 3 kids who grew up seeing their father hitting their mom and verbally abusing her. You're worthless. You're ugly. Dumb. When I used to remember my kids, I used to always say I would never let him close to them. I called the cops again and they took him away for good this time. Today, he tries to ruin my reputation and is playing the victim, but I could not care less. I have 4 beautiful children who I did a great job raising, and I do not need a man. And anyone who told me I did is now proven wrong.
I've been living in hell for the past 50 years. Betrayed a million times. I asked about him before getting married. All I heard was nice things and how he was gorgeous and decent and respectful. That was until I discovered he was one who was not kind. He was aggressive, high-tempered, he was a flame. He wasn't himself, he wasn't the same. Years passed by. I started seeing him talk to other women in front of me, talk about them in front of me, talk about how he wants to get married and have a second wife. Surprisingly, I didn't say a word. My personality changed. I became weak, emotionless, and I withered away. I used to be happy before getting married, before being manipulated. And I can't say I blame my parents, but I blame his, and I blame him. All parents know their children well. When they know he is not the marriage type, why would they come let him propose? I knew the answer to that. That's because when they see their boys not mature enough, they think a woman can fix them. Get married and then he'll grow up. But he didn't. It's been 50 years. 50 years and counting. And he gets worse and worse. His daughter's starting to see his actions. And how women became his world. How her father objectivized them and how he's a womanizer. As a wife, there's nothing I can really do. I can't get divorced because I can't stand alone. I'm weak. That's the only reason why I'm patient. I can't work anymore. I don't have the energy to do so. I have no energy at all. My daughter didn't continue her college, and her father doesn't care. I do care, but I can't do anything. I've heard abusive words. I've saw harmful and hurtful actions. I've nothing left. I'm not treated well, that's the truth. I'm constantly in pain, constantly drained. I lost so much weight, you can see my nerves. He wants me to thaw. Where do I go from here? Once upon a time, I used to be happy. Constantly in pain, constantly drained.
But then I became broken.
I'm not treated well.
Thinks I'm no more than an object. I felt completely worthless.